Hello, everyone. We're back. It has been ignore the mess behind. I had Chippy, all right? It's a Friday. Fish and chips. It's for the brand. It had to be done. But we're back. I know it's been a long week. I'm sorry for leaving you hanging for so long. I know I said we'd start with some Johnny Wilson film to start the week. I've been a busy boy, all right? I've had a little, like I said, side project cooking. You'll learn more about it soon. I mentioned what I'm working on briefly at the end of last stream. That's now just been in the process. So a lot of the free time I've had has just been trying to complete that because I've got a deadline to do it by. But yeah, we're back. I've missed you all. I hope that you all been keeping well and haven't been listening to too much Taylor Swift while I'm gone. But yeah, we run it back today. We're going to look at some tape of Johnny Wilson out of FSU, the behemoth wide receiver that many predict to be a potential tight end convert. Now, the Eagles have tried this several times in the past. Tyree Jackson was one of those people. And we can touch on some other things as well. But I kind of want to see what traits he has that the Eagles are envisioning. Like, do they really view him as a tight end potential project, or are they going to just stick with him at wide receiver, maybe have him as a red zone option, maybe even stick him as a WR4 behind AJ Brown? Like, there's a lot that goes into it. You remember that the team have got Devontae Parker, Paris Campbell. They've been linked with, is it John Mitchie, the Texans receiver recently in a potential trade. So there seems to be a new focus when it comes to that wide receiver room. So our job is to kind of look at now we've looked at Ineas Smith, got the name right now, guy in the YouTube comments. I've not done the tags for this video, so they probably won't see this one, but we know where Ineas Smith fits. He's very much a slot receiver. We don't really know what we've got in Johnny Smith. So that's what we're going to be breaking down today. If you are new to the stream or you're just hanging out, hello, bonjour, comment L2. If you could leave a like, that would be absolutely amazing. It is the best way to support the stream and what we do. And it helps just bring in new people so I can wind them up with my horrible, horrible accent. Excuse me. That's my invoice. So Johnny Wilson's number is 14. All right, his roster number is 14. We can get 15 likes on this stream. That'll be absolutely amazing. All right, see if we can beat the jersey number. It's easy with the lower ones. It's when we start doing, the offensive linemen and they're like 68, then we might have a bit of an issue. But until then, I reckon we got 14 in us tonight. So if you can leave a like on the stream, that'd be fantastic, and we'll get into some film. Evening to Isaac and to Tom. Thank you, boys, for hanging out. And again, apologies for leaving you hanging this week. It certainly wasn't intentional. To Greg, who's just popped in as well. Just been a massively busy week on my end and trying to sort a few different things for the project, if you will. But yeah, it's all going very well on that front. It's just a deadline, and I have to. It's really weird. I can't reveal too much about it, but I really want to, just because I find it super interesting to discuss something still NFL related, but a bit different style-wise. But we'll get to that, I'm sure, in due course. But for now, let's look at Sir Johnny and Wilsonton and see, is this a receiver I'm going to fall in love with or not? Because I have a habit. Typically, the rule is, right, if you're a wide receiver and you're drafted in round 5 or below, there is a 67% chance Liam's going to fall in love with you. I don't make the rules, okay? That's just how it happens. So I'm trying to find out what Johnny Wilson brings to the table, what the Eagles see in him, maybe what limitations he has, and we'll go from there. So I've got the tape up. We're just going to share the screen and not be a total boomer for the rest of this stream. And there we go. Cool. All right, let's get to work. Let's get back in the lab, boys. So first play of the game, we've got him against Clemson. Like, the first thing that jumps out before anything else is the size. But having said that, matey boy over there is pretty big and girthy as well. So make of it what you will. We'll watch it back and then we'll slow it down. That's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? It's only a 2-minute video, weirdly. I thought there'd be a bit more than that. Is that him with it? Okay, so first play we've got was a drop, which for someone his size isn't exactly fantastic. So let's kind of break this down a minute. So off the line, motion-wise, I think you can see the size sort of limits him a little bit. He's not exactly zippy off the line of scrimmage. Like, if you just look at his body movement, it's very sort of top. He runs like a tight end, put it that way. It's probably the best way to word it, just because of that size. So when the ball's thrown, he gets in the air, high points it. Now, does the DB get a hand in there, or is he just... Does it come off his helmet, maybe? I think the DB breaks it up. Yeah, the DB breaks that one up. So hell of a play. Is that Nate Wiggins? It better fucking not be, because I don't like him. Awful corner. I think it is, isn't it? Sigh. Great. I think that was Nate Wiggins. No way to find out. But when this is where I want Johnny Wilson to shine. Just ruin him. Validate my hatred. That's better. That was a better catch. Much better possession catch on this play. So he's going to run like a slant over the middle. Like 5 steps in and just a 3-step slant. He's not exactly, agile, but you don't really expect someone his size to be that. Now, in terms of the throw, I'll level with you. As of right now, I mean, I'm assuming 11's going to go out the field, so you're going to have 2. But as of right now, you've got 3 defenders here, 1 defender there. Obviously, zone linebackers, it looks like. Triple coverage. There is no way you feasibly make that decision. Really, if you're a quarterback, that's not on, is it? Come on now, we're better than that. So that's a terrible throw-in window, and he's somehow able to get it above the DB's head and come down. That's impressive. That's very tight end-esque. That's something where it's not Wiggins. Thank God. Thank God. We move on. Actually, I'd have to give him credit then. Streets won't forget Liam's love for John Hightower. They won't. It was an eternal love affair. I'm happy to say I've moved on now with Aeneas Smith. I'm very happy in a committed relationship with him. But, it's always the ex, isn't there? You sneak a little text. I miss you, John. How are you doing? I was watching Aeneas Smith, and it made me thought about maybe we should, I don't know, get back together. I was trying to make a pun of Aeneas, and it's just not the... I was watching Phineas and Ferb, and I thought of John Hightower. It's not the play. Off the line, there just isn't... I'll tell you what, you think a little bit of separation. Oh, a little bit of separation from the young man there. That is the last thing I expected to see. I mean, from all the scout reports, it's just that he's limited physically. Like, he's not agile. He's too clumsy, and he's going to be better as a tight end. It is the consensus if you read a lot of the scouting reports. But, he's got good little stutter steps. What helps him is that size, because he can just bruise past the corner. And he gained a step on him there. That's actually really impressive. Look, that's really good as well. I just want to freeze frame this for a minute. So at this point here, yes, he's got a step, but look at how he's tracking the ball and just slightly adjusting his route there to come in for it. Like, he's literally changing direction on the fly. It's only subtle, but then he's able to track that ball really nice and absorb a hit as well. He got hit twice there, absorbed a hit front on. I'm so glad we get this camera. Look at this. All right, let's see. He does a lot of shoulder work. There's a lot of this going on. And I'm not sure if that helps or hinders him. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to watch him at the NFL level. But having said that, he's also tried for a grab there, didn't get it in a minute. Yeah, all right. There's some zip to him. There is some zip there, and he tracks that ball really nice. I just want to watch that launch again. Like, does the DB just not move? DB got a little bit stuck. I think his hips got jammed a little bit there. You could see when he tried to flip back. But yeah, it was a really good play. The only thing that worries me is his hands are literally by his groin. So they start at his knee and off the line. Look how low his hands are in one move, and he kind of does this little Euro step movement, like a little hey, and I don't. If you look how low those hands are, I know it's because he's taller, and that's probably like pad level with the DB there. But it just does make me wonder if he is then susceptible to a jam at the line of scrimmage, and if he has got then that burst to at least break through it. He didn't really have to deal with much there, and from here he was able just to start sprinting. And he does have some straight line zip, which is encouraging. But yeah, I want to keep an eye on those hands, because I feel like for someone his size, he keeps them just a little bit. It's weird because you don't want them obviously offensive linemen. You're not asking to block at the line of scrimmage, but it's so obvious that you can just watch his head, and it's because the shoulders move with the head, obviously. So if you're a corner and you've got a guy doing this, you're not worried about the feet because all of the telltale signs are here. And I think that's where someone for instance, if we just get a Devontae Smith highlight up a minute, probably the best example of this on the planet. in my opinion. I will never stop, raving about this man's ability because, I mean, this is college tape. So, for some reason, these cut-ups aren't available at the NFL, and I guess they are, but you can't really find them. This is Devontae Smith. I remember to move the tab. That, unfortunately, that triple coverage play has tried. So just watch Devontae Smith and how he uses his hands in comparison. Two very different types of receiver, I understand, but in terms of how he uses his body, hands, right? It's not running out. Okay, all right. Can we get one where he's like just running down the side? Here we go. All right, that should be one. Automatically, the stance is different, but again, bang. It's just all lower body. Look, that's an unbelievable rep. Just the difference. He doesn't need to worry about his shoulders or his arms because it's all in the feet. Like, he just goes. He just goes. I'll try and get a better example. But, I mean, this is a nice camera angle of it. But just, if you just watch where the hands come out, I guess it was a little, miscommunication play. But just bang. He doesn't... It's not the best play, if I'm honest. Something like this might be a bit better. Yeah. Right. Look at the difference. Just the first few steps off the line, right? Hands are up. Because that way, then you can make a pump and then you can sell something and you can be a bit more crafty. Even if you look at the bottom, number 9, hands are up. Hands are up the whole time. And then you can go down into your break and explode out. And it's that momentum, that ability to kind of move. And I think Wilson's just it's two shoulders. All that pull is, and I know it's center of gravity, and I understand that. But all of the energy, like, you got to think of it like basic physics terms. When you push something down, like because of gravity, if you were to put your hand on a table and push, unless you are Thor, you're not breaking the table pushes back metaphorically, right? So if you're here and all that energy is down, the only way it's going to go, I know this looks really dodgy, but like if your hands are down and you're moving, the only way it's going to go is up and not forward. Whereas if your hands are up and you can go down and then explode back, like you've got to kind of pump it up, for lack of a better term. I know this is the worst description ever, but if your hands are here, like Smitty, and you go down to break one way and explode out, it's momentum. Wilson's the other way around, where for some reason it's like all his hands start low and come back high. And I think I'm trying to say that's a good example. I mean, if you guys agree or not, let me know. I might be talking absolute shite, but it's something that you notice. Again, very different types of receivers, I know, but just watch the hands in comparison. Ready? Up. Hands are up, hands are up. Left hand comes down. Same with the leg. All the energy now is pushing on that ankle. Bang. And he just explodes out of it and runs. Oh, he's so good, isn't he? He's so damn good, man. On Stingley, Stingley, no less. That is an unbelievable effort. Look at that. Oh! But yeah, just watch hands up. Look at where the body goes down. Now, at once, hands go down, shoulders go down, break, right? If we go back to Johnny Wilson and we'll find that play here again, just watch the hands by comparison. There's this weird, it's like he's holding a staff or something, right? And he can't get low. And I know a lot of that is because of his size, and that's how he's learned to negate it. But you can't explode out of anywhere. So you just leave yourself, you are what you are at that point. There is no selling, because doing all this doesn't help, because the corner can just lock eyes on you, watch your arms. And at the NFL level, no disrespect to whoever this number 5 is, or number 6, whatever it is. It looks like a 5. You can just watch the hands. And by that point, the hands are down. You know where he's going. It's very obvious he's going right, and you can adapt. Now, he was a bit slow there. It's a 6. Brilliant. I thought it was a number 5. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Again, 2 very different types of receiver, but I just wanted to point out what I was trying to say with it. And hopefully that was a bit useful, because, at the end of the day, you don't want to be caught napping with your pants down, or in this case, your hands down, which is what we're seeing here from Johnny Wilson. Is it a frequent thing? Let's have a look. Hands very low again. Oh, I don't know. Sure, he's doing that. Was it a screen? Okay, I think it was a screen pass. Okay, so by the way, look, we're repping. We're out here. We're repping. I think as a blocker, it'd be good. It'd be brilliant on screens. It'd be really good on screen. All right, bottom of your screen. Again, he just keeps his hands really low. And then, He's gone in for a little block there and is able to get past. All right. Awful. So who is this quarterback? Absolutely useless. Triple coverage throws. Massively out of bounds. Ain't pretty. It's kind of slow there off the line, isn't it? It's not. Is there another one on the other side we can watch? No. All right, so he is the shallow one. So he is automatically being used as that. He's either down the seam or he's in the shallow areas of the field. So he's kind of got this weird, like, hybrid usage already. It looks like he's not running. Like, I wish the NCAA did route trees the same way the NFL next gen stuff do, because I don't think you're going to see him like down the sideline running curls and comebacks very often. But just the turn is very slow. You know, like, here we go, he's off. Should be an easy pass there, but he's been caught up. How? I mean, by that point, he was quite far ahead. Now he's got 2 on him. Terrible. Okay, good catch. Yak potential-wise. The big thing is absorbing contact. I mean, he's making all of his catches in coverage. We'll get a better look at speed and how people match up to him here. But it's just not inviting. Like the throw was there. The throw's over here, and he gets flushed out the pocket. But realistically, if you've got time to reset, what does he leave on the table here? Okay, I mean, you can make the case. I know you at that point thrown away from your body, but that I would much rather throw away from my body than that, because you've got 2 defenders and then matey boy that's springing out like a kangaroo. Look at the state of it. Hell of a play. But just focusing back on Wilson, speed-wise, he understood the leverage well. I'll give him that. Like, if you look at where this safety comes down here to kind of cut off the route, he does sort of like just slip through that gap and block him out in front. So he's got a little bit of understanding there, I think. Whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, like, he's, for someone that is quite poor off the line, that was a really nice little break there. I don't know how the DB got fooled by that. I'll level with you. I'm kind of saying that's bad cornerback play. As great as the reception is and the cutting outside is, it's very swift. But I mean, at the same time, it's weird. Like, there's upside there. Huge arms to bring that in. Like, look how far he plucks that away from his body from. Look where the ball is. He's like, look at that. The man has got absolute trees for hands. He looks like Slender Man. Absolute Slender Man. Like, that's an unbelievable catch. That looks like it's been photoshopped. That genuinely looks like it's been photoshopped. Look at it. Unbelievable. I see Johnny Wilson as more big red zone target, kind of like what we did with Julio last year. That's a good shout. Yeah, I can kind of see that same usage. QB's Jordan Travis. Remind me to never watch tape on him ever again. Yeah, that's an unbelievable catch. Should we get another view of that one? Because that was gorgeous. Oh, we do. All right. It's for someone that is quite limited in what he can do with breaks. That was really good. But just look at the arms on the man. It's like a crocodile. Snap, snap. Get the ball. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's really good. That angle is insane. Look at that look. Yeah, all right. Okay, I can see why the Eagles like him all of a sudden. That was really good. I like that. There are some limitations in his route running. He's done it again there. Another big catch. He's just, if he can find the soft zones, if he can just find the soft spots, he's going to be all right. Nice. Another throw into multiple coverage, and he's made that look relatively routine. Is Jordan Travis that is something, I was going to say best or worst, but was that a push there I saw from Sir Johnny of Wilson? Cuts across, look at the arms. Maybe. I don't know who instigated that. I'm not sure. But in the NFL, he might not get away with it just because of his size. Like, regardless of who instigates it. That's a really nicely thrown ball. Safety tries to break on it, but it's nowhere near. Yeah, really nice. All right, cool. Game 1. We've got an 8-minute cut up now. All right, now we're digging deep. We got ourselves some Florida versus FSU. I didn't know Florida was a state, to be honest with you. I thought it was a city. So I thought Miami was a state. No, it's Miami, Florida, isn't it? Idiotly. It's not Florida, Miami. Use your noggin. Oh. Ignore me. But anyway, here's Johnny Wilson. On a block. Did okay. Can't complain. Bottom of your screen. So we've got different markings now. There's no rings. It is just little white arrows, which is very annoying because the team playing white. So very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. What's up? Chuck with Chew. Dog, I'm so glad you're still doing this. True Birds fan, don't stop. I'm in Spain and I found 2 Eagles fans out here. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've kind of deviated away from the actual, like, the YouTube breakdowns. They took me so long to edit, man. And with running the website and stuff, like, that became way too time consuming because, like, PSN, the website now is, yeah, only braggadocious. I don't know where that word's come from tonight because obviously, you know, I run it. But as far as complete coverage goes, man, it's one of the best in my opinion now. Like, it's a really complete site and we're credentialed with every team. And yeah, the content is brilliant. It just takes a lot of managing, you know? So portioning out 4 hours a day to make a video, edit the video, voiceovers and stuff, and edit it, it's just, I didn't have it. But I found after a long break, unfortunately, a long break that I kind of needed, I love doing the live streams. So I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hopefully, 6 p.m. Eastern. I wasn't this week. I've had something on the side that's been trying to finish over the next month or so. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So in Spain, you're an hour ahead of me. So it will be around, well, this time now, 23 minutes ago from wherever you are. So I'm guessing like midnight maybe for you. But yeah, we can. I'll be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, man. So I'd love for you to join our little community and be a part of what we do for sure. Josh is his favorite pick. Big words. Josh Fever has got Wilson fever. And I don't blame him, man. It's so far so good. It looks enticing. For that kind of value, I can see why they're interested. Thanks for... No, my pleasure, man. Thank you for the comment. I'm glad you dropped by. What do I think of the state of the Birds? Super Bowl or bust. I think, like, if it is not an NFC championship this season, at least an appearance in it, it is a huge disappointment. I think they are arguably the most complete roster in the NFL. The only, not even negative, but the only, I guess, caveat to what has been an incredible offseason is that there is now a ton of pressure on Nick Sirianni, and we've gone over this quite a lot. But, like, there's no room now. Like, you fired Sean Desai, you fired whatever Brian Johnson was, whether he was an AI robot, we've not really established yet, but he's now out the door. So now you've got Vic Fangio, who's a defensive mastermind. Kellen Moore's very well renowned among, like, league circles. He's very highly regarded. And you've got a head coach that's been to a Super Bowl before and has not missed the playoffs since joining Philly. So when you factor in Hurts, Barkley, AJ, Smitty, the offensive line, that core that's there, a defense now where the secondary's been rebuilt, you've got cornerstones of the franchise on the defensive front, hopefully for the next 5-6 years in Davis, Carter, Smith. Bryce Huff's just joined this offseason. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's back. Like, the team's too good to not make a substantial run in the playoffs. Really, like, they're too good. It's too talented, and they have to succeed. Like, the only thing with it is now that the team's that good, now it's got to live up to the billing. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how they get there. And it's like, I don't think it's going to be one of those seasons where we throw the panic button if they go 1-2 in the first 3 games, or if they go 2-3, whatever. And you look at the team like the Chiefs, all they've got to do is hang around, and they're talented enough to get there. And the experience comes into play, and the camaraderie of the team comes into play. So as long as they can avoid the complete implosion that I would like to think is the exception to the rule here, I think the Super Bowl is going to be the expectation for sure. But yeah, I agree. It was very, very hard, very hard. Many streams that we all have meltdowns here, just screaming and throwing up basically at whatever the hell we were having to watch. week after week as things disintegrated. But we've got a new era now. There's a new floor sort of in place. The offense looks absolutely ridiculous on paper. And I'd like to think this is the year that they can get back to where they belong. Like, this team does belong in that championship picture, and it's now time to go and prove it. So yeah, man, we'll go back to Johnny Wilson tape. We'll do the end of this video, and I'll answer some more of your questions at the end if you guys have any. Oh, the wild Timothy Tebow, Eagles legend. Did anyone buy a Tim Tebow jersey? There's a question. Did anyone fall into that? Like, because I know there was a period, I'm pretty sure, it was one of like the best-selling Eagles jerseys of that season, if I remember rightly. I might be wrong, but I feel like I remember writing an article of just the popularity of the Tebow jersey, and everyone was so hyped for it, even though it was a backup. I've never seen a backup quarterback get that much love. Like, when you think of like Eagles number 2s in the last 10 years, what, Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow, Nate Sudfeld, like no one stuck like Tebow outside of Clayton Thorson, but he wasn't really a 2, was he? Why he's got that? I was going to slag that off there. I was properly open to slag that off and say, why are you giving the ball to the Undertaker, essentially, a 7-foot dead man? But there's some AJ Brown in there, it looks like. Takes a step inside, reads the block, reads this. Right. I tell you what, if Ineas Smith had this sort of vision, he would have gone in like round 2. Because that's the only thing knocking on him, I think. Like, when we watch his tape, that's the only thing holding him back, is that vision and doing too much and bouncing around. Also, go Birds. He's loving life there. Look at him. But just look at that. Reads 1 block. Reads 2 blocks. Now he's being swarmed in. Got to protect the football. And somehow gets through like 3 guys. Dude, stick him at fullback. I don't give a shit. Stick him at fullback. That's outstanding. 1 block. 2 block. 3. He reads the 3rd one. I didn't even see that one. So it's 3 blocks in what? The space of realistically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's genuinely really impressive. Really impressive. Look at that. I didn't even see the block on the 3rd one, but he just... Oh, that is really good. That got me going a bit. I can't lie. I got a little bit flustered there. That is brilliant. Oh, don't zoom out there. No, that is really good. Really, really good. I want to see a reaction to that one, because that was cool. I enjoyed that. This guy's world class. Number 11 looks silly for Tebow. Yeah, I know. Very excited about Johnny. I don't know what number you could have given Tebow, really. He just feels like an 11. You know, Tebow, Wentz. Similarities there, aren't there, unfortunately? But that's neither here nor there. Saw an old video saying late round 1 or 2. Who, Wilson? Crazy. I mean, I can see it. I wonder why he felt... Oh, I've unmuted it. Let's not get copyright struck, please. At the top of your screen. How are you doing, Ollie Kemp? Oh, I've just doxed him. Brilliant. My bad. How are you doing, not Ollie Kemp? Bottom of your screen. Okay, he's not active on that one. Ooh. Here we go. Get in. Let's get him. Here we are. A bit of press. See, that is kind of what worries me. And this is only I don't know the difference between Clemson and Florida, but this corner looks better than the last guy. Automatically, very easy to lock in, like just on him. Because look, the eyes aren't moving. Because they don't have to. Because the hands and the shoulders do all the storytelling that you need to know. Like, he just runs, box him in. When you're 6'12", you should be making that catch. I know it's a back shoulder throw. He gets a hang on it. I think the head of the DB may have knocked it out, to be fair. Did all right. It's not a bad rep. But, I mean, great play by the DB. He's jumping. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's tricky. Really, you should be expected to bring that in, though, I think, for someone his size. Or at least like 6-7 times out of 10. But again, what I will say is that vision-wise, to try and turn and get that gap is good. Could he have just caught it and turned upfield? Could he have gone the other way? I don't know. She's still got to beat number 8. I mean, I don't. Look, it's not a bad play. After watching Ineas Smith, this is a night and day comparison in terms of actual like ball carrier vision. Oh, hello. I just want to watch that again from a pure pressure perspective. Oh, look at that. Who was that? 15. Who's this fella? Great get offload. Unblocked. Smashes a fullback up. See you later, mate. Get swarmed. Damn. 12-0 up. Now you've got Wilson somewhere, presumably. I had no idea where he is there. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell. He's at the very bottom under the ticker, which is brilliant news. Yeah, not even in the play. But he's there in our heart and spirit. Okay. Again. Okay, I like the block. I like the little block there. That was nice. I don't know if I'd move him to tight end, you know. I don't think I would, because you need him to bulk up like 30 pounds. Just feeding him Big Macs every week. Like I don't think he's needed. Have him as a big slot. I mean, the Eagles have really tried to get big slot receivers over the last few years, and they've all failed drastically. But I mean, this could work. This could 100% work. I just want, can you just see this one? Top of your screen. I think it's an in route. Yeah, you can't see it very well because of the. He ends up wide open. So this one is watch it. So he's in the far right of your screen on the replay. It will be. Yeah, just zone coverage. Just understand. I mean, to be fair, the safety did get drawn down there. So okay, it's not overly on him. But here we go. Right. There's a cover one or a cover one. It was a bad throw, very bad throw. Could he have done better though? He should be turning looking for that now. He's tracking back, bro. With arms that big, right? Really, maybe could have done better there. I think when we've seen catch that, we've seen catch when we saw that catch in the last game. That was a very clear indicator of what he can do. That should have been an example where that was fully used. That was nice. So he's made up for it there. That's a great catch. Great catch. Oh, yeah, I like that. What have we got on the backside cam? Shrugs off the DB, who's twisted inside out. Why is it not moving? Oh, it is. Well, was he out? Oh, it was out. Okay, never mind. Gave it a good go, though, didn't he? He gave it a good go. No, I don't mind the effort. He tried it. He tried his best. And that's all we want on this team. Tried his best. Brush through contact quite nice on that, which is something we haven't seen him do yet. Jay will show him all the way. I hope so. I think the other thing to note as well is that the flaws that he does have should be taught by guys like AJ and Smitty. Like we saw them already at rookie mini camp, like willing to tutor the young guys and mentor them. Sorry, what is Matey Boy doing here? So I hope my neighbours are kicking off again. They might be coming down to shout at me. I'm not sure. Oh, big bang. We will find out. Find out next time. Number 6. Look at him jogging on the spot. What's he doing? Look at him. Look. He is buzzing. What did he do on the play? Anything? Did he catch the ball? No, okay. It goes. Anyway, I just found it quite interesting. Back to Johnny Wilson. Obviously, he's lined up here. Basically, he's like a nub tight end almost. And then breaks down the seam. Do we get another view of that? I hope so, isn't it? Oh, look at that fighting through contact. Yeah, okay. So he's got a little bit of bulk to him. That was an important rep. I wish we got a different camera angle on that. Just because he is starting to have to work through contact now. He just can't get up to... See, that's what I can see happening at the NFL level. It's just it's not subtle enough. Like, this is what I'm saying with the hands. It's too low. And the DB doesn't have to move. They can just watch him. And with more patient DBs, aren't going to go, whoa, because he's moved his shoulders. I think he might struggle. And you this is a really good example of that because the DB is just able to really stay in that hip pocket with him. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's something where someone like Devontae Smith, now that he's got that massive contract extension, now he's been in the league a few years, coming from Alabama, I would like to think would be more of a mentor in that role, or just wanting to help, because he's like the one guy on the planet he'd really kind of put in that situation to get the most out of someone, because he does it better than most people in the league. Oh dear, Jordan. That's not even Jordan Travis anymore. Spins around on his back. Look. He loves that. All right, top of your screen. Oh, hands go up on a block. Oh, okay. I could not. That's the most blatant offensive pass interference I've ever seen. Is that called? I'm hoping that gets called on him, because yeah, must be a penalty. 3rd and 20 to 3rd and 24. Why is it a 4-yard penalty though? But yeah, what's he done there? He just ran at him with his arms out there. Literally just sprinted at him with his arms out, like he's pushing a trolley. Look. Yeah, I mean, if that's not offensive PR, I don't really know what is. But fair enough. Try it again. Here we go. 3rd and 24. Looks a little bit slow. Maybe, yeah. Always looks a bit tired there. Oh, was that? Oh, I almost had a catch there. All right, here we go. Oh dear. The quarterback play and the offensive line play is less than stellar at FSU, isn't it? Oh, that was a bit better. Was he down the bottom? I'm hoping he was down the bottom of the screen there. Yeah. All right. Okay. Brushes off contact. I mean, I think it was zone coverage, but he's going to find that spot. Yeah. Oh, bro, you've got to catch that. You've got to catch that. That's a ball only you can get. That is a J-Jaw ball. And I don't really know what happened. I guess maybe the DB tried to rip it out. Do we get? Yeah, we do get a camera angle. Really nice work inside. Really nice off the line. Better use of the hands. But that's just how he gets momentum, isn't it? That's his way of doing it, I suppose. Yeah, it's not bad. It's an easy throw. Outside of 17, it should be an easy throw. But was he slow there? Did he get caught? Because he had a lot of time over that DB. Right, look at the separation here between him and number 3. Yeah. Like, at that point, I would just call an audible and just keep running straight. Like, you don't need to break back inside. You've got a middle of the field safety here who's also got to cover the shallow in route. Just run that way. Just run that way. And as he's broken inside, look how much speed he loses. Yeah. I mean, poorly thrown ball, poor out of the break, and it just kind of hurt him, really, because other than that, it was a good play. Like, he did what he needed to do to start with. Out of the throw. What have we got on this one? Better use of the hands. Okay, there are some little pumps here. Okay, I like that. Look, that was better, and it worked. Okay, so it's not all bad. It's not all bad. There is meat on the bone there to chew off. Get that? PI maybe? Yes. Okay. Yeah, nice. All right. That's where he's going to be useful. I like that. He's going to get a lot of those in the NFL level. Bro, that 21 is a menace. I don't know who he is, but he is a bad, bad boy. Look at him. Absolute monster. He's huge. Top of your screen. Hands go up on a block again. And he doesn't try to sprint past him this time, so no offensive pass interference on that one, unlike the other ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Oh, almost thought he was going to get out of that then for a second. For a split second, I thought he was going to keep those legs churning. He does run through contact quite nicely. I'll give him that. He does run through contact nicely. Oh, what are we doing at FSU? What are we doing, man? Oh, that's a terribly thrown ball. Damn. Go on, FSU are back in this. Look, 15-14 down. They go for a run. Second and goal. They're now third and goal. How do they use him at third and goal? Get him near the line of scrimmage. Oh, what are we doing? Wow. All right. That is the most Seattle third and goal. What are we... I mean, I know you don't want to throw it on third and goal because you're only down a point and you can just get the field. To be fair, it's probably the safest option. I mean, poor play, but they get the field goal, they take the lead. So, smart decision, really. Just in the heat of the moment, was a bit confused. And then I zoomed out, had a look at the bigger picture, you know? Oh, PI. Florida getting a bit handsy down here now. Bit touchy-feely for my liking. Oh, hello. I thought it was a little flea flicker. That is really bad on blocking assignment. What are we doing there? Like, was he surely it should be up to the corner. Like, I know you've got someone moving across the field and you're trying to... I guess he's just responsible for that. And then you've got a one-on-one matchup here. But he doesn't even do that. He just gets stuck between the two. Okay. Oh, hello. What happened to number 15 there? Look. Oh, okay. It looked like a really bad injury for a second. That was nice. What happened there? Was someone just trying to jam him at the line? Oh, look at that. Yeah, see you later. Very good. Does it end in a probably not with FSU? Oh, go on, run for it. Go on. 3rd and 14. That was, by the way. Oh, apparently they got the first down. Was that a different drive? Bro, what are they... Jesus. I could not be an FSU fan. That is too stressed. They were 11-0 somehow, by the way. 11-0. Who were they playing? Binghamton High School. Oh, little QB keeper. Nice. 2nd and 5. Get in the ball. No. Trying to establish the run a little bit. Keep that clock ticking. Excuse me. Okay, a little nub tight end movement. And he blocks his own teammate. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Yeah, nice one. Hey, look, they got the first down and more. Oh, game. Oh, game. Yeah, nice. Jordan Travis broke his leg, so he missed the rest of the season, so they relied on a backup. That would explain it. How they got to 11-0, I don't know, though. So that's Johnny Wilson, everyone. To sum him up, solid. Fundamentals need some work. I think in terms of like the get off from the line of scrimmage, his hand usage, his breaks, but like he's just very stiff. Like there isn't a lot of maneuverability in his hips, and that can haunt him sometimes. But massive gargantuan arms, brilliant catch radius, absorbs contact, and is a patient runner who shows good vision. So there's enough upside there for the Eagles to try and make like a niche role for him as like a role player. Whether I don't think they're moving to tight end. I don't see it. I think as a tight end, he needs to be more physical, and he just isn't a physical receiver. Like for someone his size, you look at someone like AJ Brown and how they play football and how they almost like embrace contact and they'll push through, and like it's a very different. It feels like just a mindset thing, and it's no knock on Johnny Wilson, but like someone like AJ Brown just plays the game hard is the wrong word, but you probably get what I'm saying. And Wilson doesn't have that. And I think partly it's probably because of his build and the fact that the athleticism isn't there for him to really find that next gear and make that kind of assertive statement. So moving him to tight end against linebackers and safeties, who are typically bigger than corners and are probably going to give him a what for. These are NFL linebackers. These aren't, just random guys they're playing. I don't know. I mean, it could just be, like Tom was saying, I believe it was Tom, a Julio Jones type usage, like big target down near the red zone. But at the same time, who's to say, man? It's interesting, though. It is interesting. I think he didn't wow me as much as Inius Smith, but I can see why the Eagles drafted him, and they could put him in multiple spots. They could cross-train him. They could have him as like a hybrid player who they can line up in nub tight end sets. They can move him out to X. They can stick him in the slot. Like, there's a lot they can do with him, and that is at least enticing. Right. Breakfast receiver. He's probably lunch, really weirdly. Because he doesn't win a lot of the start of the routes, and that get off's quite slow. And the end of the route, where he should be dominating, he often leaves a little bit of meat on the bone, although his instincts and his actual catch radius are quite strong. So I don't know what he is. It's really hard to say. He's like an ex-receiver without the dog in him, in the nicest way possible. Like, he's a big boy, doesn't move very well, soft hands, nice catch radius, good instincts. That's good enough to mold into something. But you know, that's that. It's not a bad pick for where they were in the draft. You know, you can do a lot worse than that. And the Eagles have seen something in him to develop. I don't think it's tight end. I just don't see it. Like, he hasn't got that physicality in him. Like, his blocking as well. Like, if his blocking was proficient on screens, if he was like, you know, finishing blocks and engaging them and being the one kind of pushing backwards, then yeah. But from what we've seen, he doesn't really know where he's at blocking and gets a little bit, panicky, I guess, when trying to find the assignment. And yeah, so no, I know he's a wide receiver. Yeah, he's a wide receiver. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I know there was a lot of talk about a move to a tight end, Andrew. So that was what I was mainly the whole point of this video was trying to work out. Like, do they have a project tight end? Is this a wide receiver? In my opinion, it's a receiver. Like, I just don't see enough there to push him inside. So yeah, that's my verdict. I mean, I could be wrong. He could be running around with Dallas Goedert for the rest of the summer for all I know. But from what I see on tape, there just isn't enough there. Like, enough. Do you know what I mean? It's really, I can't explain it, but hopefully you'll get what I mean through watching the tape. Well, I know we've got a little over 10 minutes left, so I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. I know it's been a week or so since I've been on, and there's been some Eagles news to some extent. Like we said, we know we got linked with John Mechie. The LaShawn McCoy stuff came out with Deshaun Jackson about Chip Kelly. Might be worth a little discussion. It's so weird looking back on it. I mean, that year for me was the first year I made PSN. 2015 was the year I made Philly Sports Network. So we're 10 years old next year. And that season was the most chaotic roller coaster. And it was one of the most fun seasons I've ever had, like, covering the Eagles. Like, mainly because it was new, potentially because of that. But I think just there was always something, like being fascinated with the way Chip Kelly works, and whether it's the sports science stuff, whether it's the formations, it's the tempo offense, it's the players. Like, there were some really good young ones in that team. Someone like a Jordan Matthews, a baby Zach Ertz, a baby, growing Lane Johnson. And there was a lot to be excited about, and it didn't pan out. Like, you go back to like Michael Vick and what happened there. Like, what? Like, Nick Foles becoming class. Nick Foles being brilliant in 2013, having a hell of a time running around, like setting like the 7 touchdown. Was it 7 touchdowns against the Raiders? I think. Just remarkable. That 2012. Why am I not 2015? I don't know. You know what I'm on about. But yeah, it's just a wild time. Like, to look back now and then to hear those players. Like, obviously, Deshaun Jackson went through a lot, I think, in Philadelphia, which sucked. That was the gas leak season for the community. Pretty much. Chip thought he was Belichick. Yeah, 100%. There was too much ego there. And to hear Shady and Deshaun speak about it the way they did, my only negative takeaway is it didn't happen sooner. Like, I really wish that 5-6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago, that came out. Because a lot of it is quite important. Like, the stuff about Carmichael and the haircut thing and, like, his attitude towards black players. And the guy went back to college and got a job at UCLA. I don't think he'd have got that had that came out. And I'm not trying to get him out of a job, but there also shouldn't be someone in that position who holds those views or acts differently towards black players. And like the Riley Cooper thing, that was ridiculous. Like, to say that after the Riley Cooper incident where he racially assaulted, essentially, a black security guard at a concert by using the slur, instead of having, like... Oh, he did get a job in San Fran. Of course he did. Jesus. Yeah, I forgot. Damn, even worse. Yeah, it should have come out sooner. But But yeah, like to have something like that happen in your team and then isolate the player from the team is just so boneheaded. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, on any macro level, there's no way if they can. It's hard to explain, but look, there was not a similar incident, but we all remember Deshaun Jackson's second tenure with the Eagles. I believe it was it an anti-Semitic thing that he shared or something along those lines, and the Eagles put him in like a program and got him to different like places to learn, and the team sort of galvanized around him. Like, look, we understand it might not have been malicious. We need to educate, and it was like you're trying to take something positive out of it, but all Chip Kelly appeared to do was have a white guy that was racist, separate him from the rest of the team. Most of them were probably black, and then have that then really awkward moment of if Coop comes back, there's just no Riley, right? Like, I couldn't imagine it. Like, that's the most backwards thing. Like, how isn't that going to backfire? Because every player in that locker room is going to view Riley Cooper differently. No one can talk to him. Therefore, when he does come back, you don't really know what to say. Like, do you just pretend it never happened? Do you just move on? Like, batshit. It's just a batshit way of dealing with things. Yeah, like to have calls from Jason Peters, to have calls from Brandon Graham. I think Jason Avant was the other one. Really cool. And the fact that they all spoke so negatively about him, I think speaks volumes. Like as Tom says there, like if BG's got nothing good to say, definitely not great. Chip loved Cooper because he could block. Yeah, I suppose it's just it was just a weird time, wasn't it? That 2012, 2013 era. I mean that first, all I'll say is the first game, like that Redskins game with Mike Vick and the Chip Kelly, that first one. I remember watching it. I think it was prime time, and it was at 1 a.m. my time. It started, and I was only like, I was 18. I was 18, 19 years old, and I was blown away. Like just watching Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. This is like what you've been waiting for after what happened in 2011. This is everything. To watch it pan out the way it did sucked, but I just really wish, especially with Deshaun, because Deshaun went through hell after the gang allegation thing, which was then proven to be untrue, but has obviously then impacted his career, what teams sign him, what teams release him, Chip Kelly, and like endorsements and stuff. Like that's damage. Like that's slander. It's defamation of character. There should absolutely have been a legal case involved or some kind of apology from Elliott, really. Years if it got proven to be untrue, like look, the reporting was misplaced. I didn't mean any harm. I apologize to Deshaun and his family. I never meant to do X, Y, and Z. I hope I can one day amend that. That's it. Like, just take ownership of it. And the fact that didn't happen and the fact that Chip Kelly was so quick to get rid of him after that is just, it doesn't sit well. But in contrast, how nice is it to go from that era of Eagles football? I know Nick Sirianni's got his flaws, but to happy, cheery, or a previously happy and cheery Nick Sirianni with the leadership that has been instilled, not just from the top, but from the players. Like to get guys from programs like Georgia and Alabama and guys that really pride themselves on their leadership qualities and a football culture and the emotional intelligence that we all laughed when Jeffrey Lurie first said it. Oh, emotional intelligence. And now it's become the very spine of this team. It feels like you kind of needed that. Like they kind of needed that Chip Kelly era to really help them hone in on what they want. And look, the Doug Peterson era didn't pan out, but they got a Super Bowl out of it because they tried to look for those same traits and build it the right way. So, yeah, it is a fascinating time to look back on. And I really, really, really want there to be some kind of like Netflix docuseries on the whole thing where you've got former players, maybe Chip himself. I doubt he ever would because it's probably slagging him off the whole time and just have quotes from him about that team or something, or what he learned from it. Because the hallmark of a good anyone, like whether it's coach, leader, teacher, is just you're not going to win all the time. You win or you learn, as Jalen says. Like, what can you learn from that mistake to stop it happening again? Did he learn anything? Did he change anything? He wasn't given much power in San Fran. They were miserable. Went back to UCLA and okay. Did he learn? Did he change? Has anything changed for him personally? Does he look at players differently now? Is he still uncomfortable around African Americans? Like, stuff that is really important needs to be addressed. And I really hope that it just opens up a dialogue about it. And shout out to Deshaun and LaShawn for just shedding a light on it, because not a lot of it sat well with fans, and it just kind of got very blissfully forgotten because of how successful the team became years later. And if those seasons hadn't happened, I'm sure that season would be held in much more contempt. So yeah, there we go. That's my take on it, I suppose. Brennan, nice to see you in the chat, my friend. You need to watch more Johnny Wilson plays where he actually catches those same passes you watched. Okay. I mean, all I can see really is what is on YouTube. I can see what we've got here. And we can always... There is one against Boston College, and it's only a minute. So we'll do that before we end the stream. So can you see this on screen? No. We'll do one more video. Like 3-game rule. Let's see what we got. Well, that one was easy. Fair enough. He tracked it well. I mean, the ball was slightly behind his hip. He did well to bring it. And again, that's where those arms kind of help because he can bend around himself. Yeah, quite nice. Not a bad way to start the game. Nice little catch there over the middle. Was that not encroachment or am I tripping? Okay, I guess as long as he's back before the snap. But I mean, he's walking a tightrope. PI? Yeah. All right, well, that can't happen. That's a few times that's happened now. But, I mean, he didn't really need... I think he pushed off just to get a jump up, really. It was kind of a momentum thing. Or was it DPI? No, it couldn't have been. Maybe... No. I think that's OPI. Maybe I'm bugging. I think it's out of bounds anyway. Good athletic catch. Do they show a replay? No. I'll go into him again. There you go. Okay. I mean, that was nice and dropped in the bucket. Now we've got a capable quarterback again, somewhat. I hope we get a replay of that one, maybe. Speed-wise is still the issue, though. That has also been a thing of, like, DBs do catch him up. And that, again, is haunting. It's not the end of the world. It's still a huge gain. Look, you'll take 40 yards over 5, right? Any day of the week. But could have been a home run hit there. He does lack that speed. I think he knows it as well, that he left some on the bone there. How does he track it? Very nicely. Yeah, away from his body. Textbook catch. Really good catch. All right, position of the hands, the way he located it, really, really good. Oh, he's having a baller of a game in the fourth quarter. Can we get a replay of that one? Was it contested? I can't tell. Here we go. Right. I was watching the tight end. Bollocks, sorry. 14 in the slot. Gets off that. Okay, nice. Yeah, good leveraging. Don't mind it. Well, that's that. So it didn't really show us that much more, unfortunately. Chip was like the bad relationship you have to go through to find the right guy. See, K1's getting in on the puns now. K1's getting in on the puns. And on that note, we'll end it because otherwise he's going to get carried away and he's going to start running the show and we can't have that. But I agree. Yeah, so you've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette. And Chip Kelly was a very, very bad egg, like a horrific egg. Like it was a horrible egg. Get rid of it. Like one of those like boiled eggs. Gone. But yeah, there we go. So we had the Johnny Wilson tape and we had some discussion as well about the Chip Kelly thing and a couple other bits. I'll be back on Monday. We'll do it all again on Monday night. And who have we got left? We still do Will Shipley. We'll do Will Shipley on Monday and talk about some more Eagles things if anything happens over the weekend. And then it's OTAs week. OTAs start next week. So we'll do bi-daily OTA recaps. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll go over the previous couple of days' practices. Who's doing well, who's not doing well. I should have some information on credentials at some point. Like, I think... I can't say anything, but we should be able to get to a few practices. If not, definitely training camp, hopefully. What is the matter with you, lad? Luke Blursh, he is fuming. He is absolutely rattled. Think your pick is a bust there, bud. Okay, you can't really bust in the 6th round, but... Anyway, yeah, we're back on Monday. We'll do it all over again. we like I said, I'm hoping we can get someone down to the Novacare complex to cover OTAs, and then they can come onto the streams, tell us their insights, what they've seen, maybe some interview bits. I don't know. And we'll get to all that next week. So enjoy your weekend, guys. I hope all is well. Even Luke, the little sassy troll, bless him. I hope he has a lovely weekend as well. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. If you haven't left a like already, if you could leave one on your way out, that would be absolutely tremendous. Go Birds. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday.